Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. Well, I'm here today to review a movie that I missed initially, and that is 2014's What We Do in the Shadows, the comedy movie created by Taika Waititi, the guy that directed the Thor Ragnarok movie. Very talented comedy creator that he is. And this is a movie that I hadn't seen initially. I knew had a lot of good buzz about it. Again, this is one of those movies that the people that have seen it are constantly saying to me, you must watch it, and I'd never ever got around to watching it. And I have seen it now, and I have to say, guys, you're right, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's an absolute blast. The problem I have with this movie, and it's not really a problem, is it's almost like when you go and see like a comedian live on stage and you can't remember any of the jokes and stuff after. That's what this film feels like to me. I as soon as it had finished, because I didn't make any notes or anything, and I don't normally when I watch a movie, to prepare for a review and stuff, I very rarely make any notes. I might occasionally make a couple of bullet points on my notepad on my phone. But generally speaking, I just film a review and I just start riffing and talking about a film, what I've just watched. And when this film had finished, I'm like, that was brilliant, that was funny, but shit, I can't remember half the stuff that happened. But it is really funny, guys, and the humour is constant, fairly subtle at times. It's not in your face humour, it's not slapstick, it's just really brilliantly done. And for those that you don't know, this film focuses on a group of vampires and who are being followed around by a documentary crew, and they are filming their everyday lives, and every aspect of their lives in regards to dishing out the daily chores, and who they are and aren't going to eat, and trying to get in nightclubs, and being introduced to technology for the first time, and a whole array of things. And this documentary crew follows them around everywhere, filming all aspects of it, and it's just hilarious, and it's done straight by the actors. It's full on straight. They're not trying to create these wacky characters, even though they are completely wacky characters. They give you a layer of believability behind them, and they create these really unique individual characters that I just thought were brilliant. It's like The Office with vampires, basically, this movie, and just so funny. There's so much funny humour in this movie that I can't tell you. I mean, for example, one of the things that I nearly choked on my drink when I watched it, and it was very subtle. They're going to like this annual, deadly event, like this annual party that all the zombies go to, and the vampires and the werewolves, and it's a place you can go once a year and you're safe, and it's like a huge party. And he's being held at the local bowling club, and it was called, I can't remember now, let me just have a quick check because I wrote it down. What was it called? Yeah, the Cathedral of Despair. That was it. The Cathedral of Despair is the annual party, and it was such a foreboding name, and it was being held at the local bowling alley. Honestly, I was in tears laughing at that. And it's that kind of humour. Everything they do, it's really subtle but hilarious. Again, my sides were hurting. I was laughing so much when there's a group of werewolves that is their rivals, and it's like the scene in Anchorman when the rival stations meet up and they're throwing insults at each other and stuff. It's like that, but with vampires and werewolves, and they're throwing insults at each other. And the werewolves are like, they refuse to swear because they're not swearwolves, they're werewolves. And the vampires, one of them throws a stick, and one of the werewolves, who hasn't obviously, he starts chasing the stick. It's fantastic. And then they meet them again later on. just as they're about to change at a full moon, and they've all been instructed to wear like baggy joggers, because, you know, if you don't, it's just going to rip through your jeans and you're going to ruin them. And the leader of the werewolves is like, you know, that t-shirt's no good, you've ruined it. And I know that's a new top. Honestly, I was just in tears at the way this was written. It's absolute genius. The fact that, again, one of them, starting to come back to me now, all this stuff, one of the vampires who's been newly turned, Nick, is absolutely loving being a vampire initially, and then he realises it's all shit and he don't want to be a vampire anymore when he realises he can't eat chips. Because his mate Stu, who becomes their human friend and introduces them all to technology, is eating a chip, and he takes one and eats it, and one of them says, "I wouldn't eat that if I were you." And then a vampire's version of being violently sick is like spewing blood everywhere rather than vomit. And then he walks off saying, "I don't like being a vampire anymore, I can't have chips." I was, honestly, there were tears streaming down my face. There's so much. Taika Waititi's character is like the ultimate polite vampire. He brings his victims home, and his idea is to try and show them a good evening, because in their mind, you know, it's their last night on earth, I'm going to give them a good time. And while he's talking to one of his victims, he's asking her what she does and what her ambitions are and things like that, and he's putting newspaper under her feet, you know, to hide the blood and stuff. It's beautifully written, hilarious, and one of those that you almost instantly want to watch again, because you're sure that there's a load of stuff that you missed. And another really surprising thing to me was the effects. I did not expect the effects to be as good as they were in this movie. The vampire effects, the werewolf effects, everything, even the effects, you know, when they're flying and things like that, it's all done really brilliantly, and I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be really tacky and cheap in how they did it all, and they really didn't. They really put the effort in. So I'm delighted that I watched this, guys. I really am. I'm going to be definitely adding this to my collection. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, guys, definitely watch this movie if you've never seen it before. Thank you for watching.